Hello.
Hello.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to attend one of the largest goth events in the world? What's the food like? How much money do I need? What things are there? Who am I again? Today we are here to answer your burning questions about Mariluna Festival. And we are so happy to announce that again this year we have partnered with Mariluna to give away 2 tickets including camping. Stick around to the end of this video to find out how you can enter to win 2 tickets to Mariluna this year. We put out a question on all of our social media asking for your questions about attending Mariluna Festival, and we're going to be answering them now so that you know everything that you can going into that experience. So let's start with the questions from YouTube.
Dave Scouse Metal asked, what bands are you looking forward to seeing this year? We're definitely very excited to see London After Midnight. We've never seen them before and they're like one of my favourite bands in the past few years. So I'm very excited to see them. And then the second one for me is Lacrimus Profunder. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I found them through Band Majera a while back and they became like one of my favourite bands to listen to, and I just never thought I'd get to see them live just because we live in Dublin. Not that many people come to Dublin. Really great band. I love their music. Their aesthetic is on point. So if you don't know them, definitely check them out. And then my next one is She Passed Away. And that's because I've never gotten to see them before. The last time they came here, I had to work. Conor and all my friends got to go and they said it was a really great show. So I was like, I should have went.
It was the darkest show I've ever seen. I still don't know if they intentionally asked the venue to turn all the lights off, or it could have been because there was a heat wave that day. So maybe they turned all the lights off to make sure the venue didn't get too hot or anything like that. But if anything, it just added to the vibe. Like, I mean, I couldn't see either of them. They were backlit the whole time. It was a vibe. They were fantastic live. I'm very happy to see that they got added to the Mariluna lineup. Lord of the Lost is another one I'm super excited about. Blood and Glitter. Never seen them live before. Very excited to catch them. Our friends over in Death Stars are playing again. Going to be excited to catch their performance. They're always great. And getting to see Epica as well for the first time. That will be pretty cool. Sa Maria Penaloza. I am so sorry for entirely butchering your name, I'm sure. Do you have to speak German in order to get food and beverage, or can you get by with just using English? And there were questions from a few different places of people asking about that, like, did you need to speak German to be able to get by? The short answer is no. You will be totally fine speaking English the entire time, especially if you are camping directly at the festival. We've never really run into any issues at all during the festival at the festival grounds and getting to and from the festival grounds without speaking much German. However, if you're not camping at the festival and you're staying at the nearby city, you're staying in a local hotel or anything like that, you might possibly come across people who do not speak any English. In fact, the first time we went, Lynn was pretty confident in her German skills. She studied German in school.
6 years.
And we went out to get food in a local place and not one single person at that restaurant spoke a word of English. And it was also like the most complicated setup for a restaurant I'd ever seen in my life. You couldn't just go and order food. You had to get a card and put money onto the card, and then they swiped the card and took off what you were ordering from that card specifically, and they were trying to explain this process to us in German. We eventually got through it absolutely fine, and Google Translate on your phone is a thing. It mostly ended up just being like kind of funny, and we were just kind of like, wow, we're so dumb. But when you're within the grounds of the festival, the campsite, everybody speaks English. There's always someone around who will speak English. You do not need to worry whatsoever. You will be 100% completely fine. If you do want to learn some basic German before you go, absolutely go at it. We swear every single year that we're going to learn more German before we go.
Mine's just getting worse somehow.
Mine is nicht gut.
Nicht so good. Becky asked, I'm sorry, I cannot see without my glasses. What tips would you give to people that are going for the first time?
Sun cream.
Don't just apply it before you go. Bring it with you and reapply it every few hours, because that's a big mistake we all make, and I know we're having fun and you might forget, but it's very important. Also,
I would say bring a spare outfit that is looser, cooler than the main one that you want to wear. It generally is mid to high 20s. We arrived the year before last and it was 30 something degrees. Now thankfully that wasn't the day of the festival. I do not know how we would have survived if it had been. If you're walking around all day outside in the sun in that heat and you're in big boots and you're in a big outfit with lots of layers, you're gonna feel that. So sun cream, hydration, and a spare outfit to get changed into, something more casual. And it does cool down a lot at night time, so it does also seem counterintuitive, but you do have to kind of bring yourself a warmer outfit, a hoodie or something that you can throw over you at night time. Of course, they do sell tons of really nice merch, Mariluna and band merch around the festival grounds, so if it gets cool at night time and you don't have a hoodie or something to throw over you, can pick up something like that from the Mariluna merch stands. And plasters on your feet for your big boots walking around all day. I have fallen victim to this twice now. I've cut my ankle or my heel off my boots walking around all day.
Conor was like in the bathroom or something. Maybe he was sitting on the ground and couldn't get up, I think. And he was like, can you get me a plaster, please? So I went over and asked for a plaster, and they were like, is everybody okay?
The first aid person ran over to me with such like worry in their eyes. Just looked over and saw me sat there like sweating with my foot up. And they ran over and were like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I have a blister on my foot.
Don't wear new boots. Break those boots in before. Walk around your block. Bring your dog for a walk. Bring your cat for a walk. Bring someone for a walk. Bring your shoes for a walk, most of all. Another one that you can do is bring a parasol or an umbrella, just because it's really sunny and it cools you down so much to have an umbrella protecting your head. Fans are great. You can bring them with you, take them out, use them, fan yourself down, fan your friends down. It's amazing. Some places sell them, so you could buy one there as well. That is like really, really good for cooling down.
Fu said, what options does the festival have for people who are sensitive and may need a less stimulating space? If you're feeling particularly overstimulated and you feel like very uncomfortable and you don't have the means to get yourself to where you need to be, you can go to any of the staff members or any of the first aid people. They will take care of you. There are back walkways that they can bring you around so that you don't have to walk through big crowds or anything like that to bring you back to your campsite. When it comes to the campsite in particular, there is a disability camp available, which is generally in a much quieter area, more accessible. There are more facilities. You do have to apply for it beforehand once you've bought your tickets or won your tickets in a giveaway from 2 YouTubers. So I would say definitely if you have sensory needs, also let them know that and they will point you in the right direction.
Now we're going to answer some messages from Instagram over on the Random Goth Couple account. This one's from Miss Whimsy. What is your favorite thing about Mariluna? You guys are amazing, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna go ahead and say my favorite thing is, I'm gonna say number one is getting to see my friends. Getting to see my friends that I don't get to see all the time because they don't live where I live. But my second thing is definitely the food.
I was gonna say pizza all the way. God damn.
Not pizza for me, but pizza for Conor. Just the experience as a whole is my favorite thing. Being there with everyone, having food with everybody, completely. Number one favorite thing, the vibe.
While we're on that topic, there were several questions about food. Andre over on Discord said, are there good restaurants nearby or is the food at the festival good enough?
And Creep Pete's asked, are the chips there good?
The food there is incredible. There are so many options all over the place. There are tons of vegan options as well when it comes to food. There's so many different vegan desserts and ice creams and vegan foods you can pick. There are a lot of food vendors inside and outside the arena area, around the campsite area. You can get chips, you can get chicken nuggets, you can get the best pizza you'll ever have. It's crazy. I don't know why it's so good. Noodles, burgers, sauerkraut, pastas. There's just so many different food options and they're all so good. So I assure you, you'll be fine.
And to answer Pete's, yes, the chips are absolutely amazing. We eat a lot of them when we're there because we're kind of like strange. We don't eat like too much. Like I have onion allergies, but thankfully there's a lot of stuff I can eat there. But Conor mostly just has like pizza and chips.
What can I say? I have the diet of a 9-year-old.
I got really good carbonara, I think it was, last year, and I was so full. I did kind of regret eating all of that. You know, I got over fast. I walked it off. I think my overall favorite thing is the chicken nuggets. People expect me to say chips. Chicken nuggets just hit really hard and I don't know why. One of my favorite memories is us eating the wafer plates.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a funny one. We got the most amazing black ice cream. Comes with like fruit and stuff. Really happy to see vegan ice cream because every year everybody always gets like the black ice creams. You can get half black and half pink as well, and I'm always super sad because I can't have dairy. Last time I think I just took a picture with Conor's one and that was about as far as it went. Maybe I had a tiny lick. So last year I was super happy to actually be able to have my own ice cream and to eat it and not feel sick.
So this this one is a double. Draculink on Instagram asked, general cost for everything. I understand it varies, but how much should I save? And Beast of Burden over on Discord asked, how expensive is it? Can you go to it and enjoy it on a budget? 100% feasible that you can absolutely make it on a budget. Germany in and of itself is relatively cheap, especially in comparison to other European countries, and definitely in comparison to Ireland. When it comes to budget, it really depends on what you plan on doing. Obviously, if you want to go there and pick up an entire new wardrobe, which by the way you can, there are so many stores selling clothes and shoes and bags and hoodies and patches, but obviously if you're planning on doing that, you're going to need a much higher budget than if you're planning on just enjoying the festival. When it comes to flights and stuff, it is usually pretty inexpensive if you're coming from inside of Europe. You can fly to either Frankfurt or Berlin and get a train, or you can fly to Frankfurt and then get a connecting flight to Hanover. If you book them early enough, you can get them relatively cheap. And when it comes to accommodation, your camping is included with your ticket for Mariluna, so it's pretty much just the price of your tent. If you're looking to not camp and stay in a hotel in Hildesheim, it can get pretty pricey. There are hostels and stuff available which are far more reasonable. When it comes to the festival itself, it depends what you want your expenses to be. If you want to go there and just kind of survive off food and drink and not spend any money on merchandise or clothes, as a single person I would say you could definitely get by on a budget of like maybe €40 a day. A meal can kind of range from around 6 to 10 euros. So if you think about breakfast, lunch and dinner and maybe a dessert while you're at the festival, there is a shop on site next to the campsite where you can go to pick up stuff, different kind of drinks and foods that you can prepare in your tent. Obviously if you're planning on drinking a lot of beverages, certain types of beverages, that increases your cost.
We have done this on a very small budget before. Our first time we were heading to Japan straight after, so we didn't want to spend too much money and we got by just fine. We still had an amazing time. We got to do like some Axtron and stuff like that, and then we both kind of chose like a souvenir each, I think, and we were happy with that. It was all good.
So it really depends on your experience and what you want to do while you're there. If you're planning on shopping a lot, obviously that's going to bring it up. If you're planning on drinking a lot, obviously that's going to bring it up. But if you just want to go to the festival, just check out bands and just generally have a good time without maybe purchasing anything, a budget of €40 a day will absolutely get you through, no problem. Maybe if you can, to have about €200 as your base minimum. 150 to €200 is the ideal kind of budget for the 3 days if you're camping.
So I have two questions here. One is from Aiden Frankenstein and it says, any friendly folks? I want to expand on that and then answer a question from Earthenware, and they asked, have you made any friends and what's the best thing you've bought from Mariluna? So I'll answer the friends thing first. We've made a lot of friends at Mariluna. We also get to meet a lot of viewers, which we're always surprised about. Hi, hello, if you're going you might see us there, and it's always wild for people like coming up just being like, hey, we know you from YouTube, and we're like, what? People see us doing that? It just doesn't translate, and we just, I don't know what we think. So it's always really great to meet people that watch us on YouTube from all over the world. Everybody's super friendly, and if you are worried about going on your own, and you can like just make friends. If you want to make friends, you can still enjoy it. Even if you don't want to make friends, if you just want to go and vibe by yourself, that's also a thing, and it just feels like a very safe place.
There is actually a Mariluna group on Facebook for people who go to Mariluna Festival. People do post in there if they're going to the festival on their own and they want to meet other people and hang out. People do make threads for meetups and stuff like that.
And then to answer the next one, what's your favorite thing you've bought from Mariluna? Mine is definitely this big boy.
It's a bat. Freaking love Halloween.
One of my favorite stores. I hope Conor remembers the name because I always forget. It's like my favorite store in the world ever.
I'll put it up on screen right now. They are at Mariluna every year. They have the cutest store. They have so many amazing bat plushies and various other plushies.
This is where all my money goes. They also have little lucky bags that you can get, and they're like my favorite. It's like blind bag type of thing. I always love getting them, and you get like so many little treats in there. So I always make sure to like get a blind bag and then some sort of bat item, and always a plushie. And I also got a really cool hot water bottle, and it's like a hot water bottle case with bats on it, but then the actual hot water bottle is black, so it's very cool. So I'm very excited to spend all my money there this year. That's definitely my favorite store. I also got like a bat t-shirt. Literally they just have bats everywhere.
And my favorite thing that I got at Mariluna is definitely our matching hoodies that we picked up last year. It is super comfy. It is my go-to hoodie. I wear it to death, honestly. I think second place would go to my little crow plushie because he's so adorable. Just look at him. He's so polite, isn't he? I love birds, particularly corvids, crows, ravens, and you just don't really see enough crow or like raven plushies or anything like that. So it's super, super cute. He's really, really soft. Second place, I'm sorry, the hoodie I wear like every day, buddy, but you know, you're the true one in my heart. So over to Discord, DJ Dead asks, how many stages are there and how close together are they? There are 2 stages at Mariluna, technically 3 as there is the disco hangar also, but there is the main stage and then there is the second stage also known as the club stage. They are about a 3-minute walk from each other, and that's mainly just because, you know, it's a little slower walking around at a festival, especially in the heat and if there's crowds or anything like that. But they are very, very close to each other. We have definitely made the run from the main stage as one band finishes to the second stage to catch another band starting, and made it with no problem. Honestly, I kind of love the fact that it's just like the main stage and the second stage for the bigger acts, because from being at other festivals where they have like 3 or 4 stages and there might be some artists you want to see on one, it just creates more clashes. They do also stagger the starting times between the 2 stages, so usually one will start kind of a few minutes after another one, maybe 20 to 25 minutes. So even if there does happen to be a clash on your schedule between the main stage and the second stage, you can usually get to watch half of both sets, because you can watch the start of whichever one starts first, get halfway through their set and then move over and see the second half of the set of the other band. So I do love that. Unfortunately, that is all the time for questions we have today, apart from your last question, which I know is this: how do we win tickets to Mariluna Festival this year? Thanks to the wonderful people at Mariluna Festival, we again have 2 tickets including camping to give away to one of you, and this is how you can win.
If you want to enter this competition, then make sure to follow us over on Instagram, Random Goth Couple. Link is in the description below. Make sure to like this picture, comment on the picture and let us know what you're most excited about Mariluna this year, and make sure to follow us and Mariluna over on Instagram.
Just follow the link in the description, and all the information to enter and be in with a chance to win is on this picture right here. Again, thank you to the amazing people at Mariluna Festival for giving us this opportunity. We cannot wait to be back this year. Thank you all for watching this video. If you have a question about Mariluna that we didn't answer in this video, be sure to comment it down below and we will respond. As always, we want to give a shout out to our patrons for supporting us and helping us to continue to make videos. If you want to help support the channel and get early access to videos, behind the scenes, blooper reels, our copyright free music library, the link to our Patreon is in the description down below. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing as it helps us out a lot. If you like the video, be sure to leave a like, and as always, until next time, see you in your nightmares.